Namaskar. Welcome to part two of our double header. Here is Kaartik Gor, and we're going to be talking about a couple of events nearer to home and very, very significant developments in this. Let's welcome Kaartik Gor. Kartik ji, namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel. How are you?
Namaste, sir. Namaste Shivaya. All good.
So, Kartik ji, we have not put it in our title, but something that you and I discussed just about a half an hour or an hour ago about the comments made by Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, if I remember correct. His name he's the one who was in the thick of things when Op Sindoor took place, and he made some profound observations. And maybe we can start from there because it basically validates your concerns ever since the Op Sindoor finished as to what India should have done or should be doing even now. So over to you on that one, and then we'll go to Amarpreet Singh, AP Singh. Yes, Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh. And
Yeah.
over to you, sir.
So Shriji, those concerns are something not of mine from Op Sindoor. Those are there after Modi 3.0. When
Yeah.
I saw the swearing in chart, I knew that, as I had said, that Modi ji chahe ya na chahe, he will have to fight a war. So since then, I see sometimes, Shriji, it's very tough for me to communicate to normal people who just don't understand the level at which Jyotish works. You understand? Because we have brought Jyotish, unfortunately, because of going away of our Gurukul system and our Vedic system. What people are exposed to are those typical Instagram profiles, with low cut blouse and giving remedies of Rahu Ketu and moon remedies. In that whole process, unfortunately, people like me who are doing some serious Jyotish will be called out because they feel that, hey, this is not Jyotish, that is Jyotish. So sometimes, we have to really fight it out, because the whole concept of Jyotish is talking much beyond the before the event. If you talk after the event, then you are basically doing the analysis of the event. You are basically not predicting anything based on your logical knowledge. And based on that logical knowledge, Shriji, I was very worried for Narendra Bhai. I was very worried for India, and my worry got twofold when I saw Trump swearing in chart, because I knew that, hey, this Trump is going to do his Ashwamedh Yagna, and the world is going to be chaotic. And what did I say since last 2 years? For which I have been trolled, I have been called names, including being called anti-national, right? What was I saying? That, hey, we need to shed the good boy image, right? If you see the speech today of AP Singh, net he's saying that, we need to get out of this good boy image. I was saying that, right from the day when Narendra Bhai met Putin and he said this is not an era of war, I was the first one, and I'm proud. By the grace of Mahadeva, I had the guts to say I knew there will be a troll army behind me. I was the only one who said right at that time that, hey, this is a wrong statement. That Putin is our friend. There was no reason for us to publicly say that this is not an era of war when he's seeing body bags of his soldiers every day. Secondly, from a Shastra's perspective, it is absolutely wrong, because we are in Bhuloka. Bhuloka is ruled by Mangal, and Mangal rules war and wars for land. We are in an era of war. We are in a yuga of war. From India's perspective, I have been saying India is Taurus Lagna, which is ruled by Moon and Venus, which are basically very, very emotional planets. And I have been saying that constantly, that we need to get out of this good boy image. We need to get out of this whole self taken portfolio that we are the saviors of the world, and we are the priest kings, and we are going to be the Vishwa Gurus, when frankly speaking, Vishwa Gurus are not respected. It is Vishwa Vijeta that is respected. It is if you want to see the what happens to the Vishwa Guru, look at our Nalanda University. You will come to know what happened to us. So I have been talking about very, very practical things. And then post Op Sindoor, again, before Op Sindoor, I said, you hit Pakistan before 14th of May, ultimately what will happen? Pakistan will win the optics. Sometimes, Shriji, if the result of the war is not conclusive, there is a lot of if and but which is left.
Right.
And all I meant to say that if we fight before 14th of May when Jupiter is in Taurus, there will be a lot of if and but left. Pakistan is Mesha Lagna, ninth lord is Jupiter, ninth lord of luck. If we would wait till 14th of May, Jupiter will be in Marana Karakasthana, which is Gemini. So Jupiter is also the peacemaker. So Jupiter, the peacemaker, will be helpless. So technically speaking, we will get much more time to manage Pakistan in the language in which it understands. What happened post that? The peacemaker came into the picture. Now we might keep denying that there is no foreign hand and nobody told us to stop. The fact of the matter is that the whole optics is around an American president saying 80 times, 90 times, God knows how many times. I think yesterday also he said somewhere that he has stopped it. And that is that ninth Lord Jupiter in Taurus and not Gemini. And all I have been saying is for the good of Mahabharati. What is my advantage? It's not that I am fighting for the post of next CDS, right? It is not that I'm angry with anything else. I'm not anchoring Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. I've basically cut my ends both with Congress and BJP because of the way I speak. But I'm not going to stop speaking like this, because for me, what matters is Mahabharati, and an individual party means nothing for me. They are just the means to reach or make my country stronger. So today, what he has said, AP Singh, is basically validating what I have been saying. 1 year back, or just after Op Sindoor, actually, I had also said that Russia was absolutely silent. There was nobody. India was alone. And just yesterday, I saw a beautiful thing by Major General Shankar, where he said that the silence of our friends was more deafening than the noise of our enemies. And he said
Yeah,
explicitly,
Russia.
yeah, he said explicitly about Russia that Russia was quiet during Operation Sindoor. And if you remember, I had said that when Narendra Bhai had said this is not an era of war, I had told you that I deal with Russians. I've got a lot of Russian Jyotish students. Russian people have a memory of elephant. They always remember people who stand by them. And at that point of time, I also said one more important thing: than in a post Modi, in a post Putin era, we really need to think, how Russia would behave with India vis-a-vis China, because the amount of foothold that China has got, during this Russia-Ukraine war is I can't even express it in words. They have literally stood by Russia in everything, and Russia
Yeah.
remembers that, and I'm seeing that on the ground. So my only fault is I said things, little bit in advance. Probably people couldn't understand it, but then that's not my fault.
Thank you so much, sir. And see, one other thing, I keep thinking about this because I'm saying if Pakistan says, okay, we would like to cease fire, why could India not have said within 24 hours? They should have these things ready. Vacate the area 5-10 kilometers around Kartarpur Sahib. Kartarpur Sahib is very close to India's border.
True.
That special corridor is gone. You just give us 5 square kilometers. People can reside. We don't care. But it's all India's territory. That's one place. Or Sharda Peeth. See, this is the sleight of hand there that Sharda Peeth now India has. No, it is not the original Sharda Peeth. You constructed a new temple on India's side of the LOC, and you
True.
claim that that is Sharda Peeth. It's not. Sharda Peeth is very much over in POJK. I mean, they are asking you for a ceasefire. 24 hours, you vacate all that stuff.
True.
Then we'll cease fire. Until then, all bets are off. India needs to put a price on their misadventures.
Absolutely. What is the
It's stupid not to just ask for, you have to insist. What the hell? I mean, you want a ceasefire. I'm not asking for a ceasefire. You want a ceasefire. These are the terms. Always have these things ready. Which places that India can just drive in and occupy.
True. Again, see that this is where I also am thinking loud. First and foremost, Pakistan doesn't agree that their DGMO called. Their whole concept is that you guys after the first attack had called us and asked for a ceasefire, or said that guys, this is what we want to do. We don't want to take it ahead, and we told you that wait, we'll do what we have to do, and then we will come back to you if we need a ceasefire. So there, see how smartly they are playing. So they are saying that you guys had first called us, saying that guys, we don't want to take it forward, so we are just reciprocating on that call after we did what we had to do, or whatever the jets giraya theory that they have. But what I'm saying is, why should we allow them to do it in today's time? The size of country which we are, the amount of economy we have, the amount of RV we have, the amount of weapons we have, the amount of advanced technology we have. Why do we need to have this DGMO nautanki at all? It should be simple, boss. You need it, take them by the scruff of their neck. Boss, do a live press conference. एक लिंक जाएगा पीटीवी पे, वन विल गो टू दूरदर्शन, द अदर टू अल जजीरा, वन टू सीएनएन. वहां पे तुम बोलो हमको डीजीएमओ लेवल का कॉल नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज यू गाइज आर नोन फॉर डूइंग अ यू टर्न. 2 मिनट में झूठ बोल दोगे. So if we want to become, see, this is where I really am worried for my country, that if we don't change our mindset, na Shriji, this Taurus Lagna will not take us anymore. This being a good boy, being a priest king. And that's why I've been critical that India needs a beast king. I've got nothing to do with what problem it is not that I want to fight Varanasi and I want the Varanasi seat from BJP. What I have got, I have nothing. By God's grace, I'm doing well for myself. Why would I want to be a politician for 50,000 rupees if I don't want to do corruption? If I want to do, then absolutely, it's a nice place to be. But a normal guy like me, who is as a hardcore patriot, wants to see my country very strong, understands that, hey, you will only be respected if you have a gun on table. And this is me as a Jyotishi saying, you can keep doing yoga, you can keep doing Sanatana things, Sri Ravi Shankar and Sadhguru can travel all over the world, teach meditation. That means nothing when it comes to real politics. I can go around the world and keep teaching Jyotish. That soft power means zero. The amount of medals that Narendra Bhai Modi can wear as the highest civilian awards means zero. And we have seen that in Operation Sindoor. Nobody was there with us. Pakistan, jitna bhi humko gali dena hai, usko kuch bhi bol do. I'm not a guy, who is not liked basically because I don't repeat what other people do. But let's do some serious analysis. Whatever it was, China was there unapologetically with them. There was Turkey, there was Azerbaijan. At least minimum 3 people were there with them fighting. Maybe now in an open war, probably they will have Bangladesh also. Or Bangladesh will have a Pakistan and a mastermind China who now has strings to basically do the puppet show against India.
So the element of surprise is gone now.
Yeah. Exactly. So ye mera worry hai, and then looking at those charts. See, do you think that I would be looking at India's Mangal Dasha coming just 5 minutes before Mangal Dasha starts? Obviously, I'll be looking at that 2 years in advance.
Right.
That is my role. That is how I'm coached. Raj Jyotishi is not your typical astrologer who you will meet in a mall and who will look at your hand and say, oh, wow, you have a Raj Yoga. Within 1 month, you will become Nita Ambani or you will become a Mukesh Ambani. I'm not from that breed of astrologers, boss. You have to understand. I'm there to basically give you the bitter pill, but that bitter pill is what will help your country. So the leaders and countries who listen, are the countries and leaders or the professionals who are doing well for themselves. Those who want to listen to good things, there are always many astrologers available.
Let's take a look at what's happening with Greenland. I have been putting my neck out and saying this is a way to distract people. Something else is going to happen. That has been my observation. I don't know how you look at the US taking over Greenland. By the way, viewers, every Greenlander, if this deal goes through, will get $100,000. $100,000. Only 50,000 of them. Each one gets a $100,000 check. Pretty good money, if you ask me. Over to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I think this is a diversion tactics. You are right about it. I've commonly said that Trump is not as smart as he thinks, but he is definitely not as fool as what people think. Okay, so we have to be very clear कि बॉस ट्रम्प उतना पैदल नहीं है. He is very smart enough, जिसको हम हिंदी में कहते हैं, वो लेफ्ट का इंडिकेटर देगा और राइट टर्न मारेगा. And he uses his diversionary tactics, and I feel somewhere down the line, Iran is a very, very important thing that he needs to manage. Okay. Last time also, I genuinely feel they were very close. But now with Iran, the stakes are very high. Stakes are high in the sense that the attack that Iran will do as a retaliatory thing will be much more. Okay. Plus, there are complications because there are few Gulf countries who have openly said that you cannot use our bases, or we don't want you to use our airspace. So in that case, the whole attack or the whole wrath sort of comes on Israel, right? So I think they are trying to buy out the time, and if I might say it very openly, their whole tactics, Shriji, based on Chaitra Shukla Pratipada chart of Iran, which I have said before, is to hit that ninth lord, which is the boss. And I think that is their plan, that if we can get the top guy, by hook or crook, then probably we will be able to stop the bloodshed. Itna khoon nahi bahega. There doesn't need to go missiles up and down, and rather than a regime change, even if we sort of can make some head turn and basically change at the top, I think that is what also they would be happy for, and that is what I think they are looking for. So Greenland definitely, in the second year, if you remember when we spoke last in December, I said that America is making money. You remember? That was before वो
Right.
वेनेजुएला के पकड़ पकड़ के लेके आया. I told you कि बॉस ये पता नहीं है बंदा क्या करने वाला है, but this Jupiter will protect him, and this guy is making America rich again. वो किसी को पकड़ के लेके आएगा, मार के लेके आएगा. He will make the whole economy go down. The crypto thing that he is now talking about, we need to take him very seriously, because that guy is definitely not a fool, especially when it comes to money matters. Okay, so he's giving enough feelers, in terms of what is it that we can expect in 2026. And I think Iran would be first, and Greenland post that. But वो Greenland का कुछ ना कुछ करेगा, now that उसके दिमाग में ये आया है ना, he is going to do. So this second year, luckily, he is going to be protected. Third year is when, because people keep asking me, Kartik ji, ye kab tak chalega? And I said that third year is when the karmas will stop, will catch up to him. Or shall we say the word that I had used, that the horse of the Ashwamedh Yagna could be stopped somewhere.
Wow. Viewers, please like this video. We are going to be looking at UAE-India deal. Many of us have looked at it from India's point of view and such a great deal. Kartik ji will give us his views from the other side because he has lived there for many, many years. He knows how UAE operates and thinks. Over to you, sir. Talk to us a little bit about this deal. What are the positives and negatives for UAE in this deal?
See, I think it's a blessing in disguise for both countries. Okay. Sometimes we say ना कि भाई कई बार जो लास्ट ऑप्शन होता है, कई बार वो जिसको हम बोलते हैं जख मार के करना पड़ा. So sometimes an adversity, can be the best opportunity. So I think this was something in the mind for a long, long time. Okay, and I think I wouldn't be able to go into a lot of details, for obvious reasons. But in short, what I can say is, you know, there is a lot of checkmate thing going on. Okay, the most important thing probably for UAE as well as India would be the defense pact or the defense deal. Okay, where the word we have used is letter of intent. Okay, now this word letter of intent is a very vague term that we used to use. It means a lot, and it doesn't mean anything also. So it's a very vague term. I feel what we are waiting for is whether Turkey gets into the bandwagon. Okay, so if Turkey, Pakistan, and Saudi, if that is a deal that goes through, which I feel, frankly speaking, very highly unlikely. Okay, but consider, let's say, if it goes through, then we are looking at this LOI covering much more than the defense sector, and then it is going to be into the civil nuclear things, and then you are looking at new coalitions coming in, because there is a hidden sort of a player, which is Israel also, and then there
Yes.
is a hidden balancer between the whole region, that is America itself. Okay. So, and then, if let's say Turkey comes into the picture, we are looking at another silent player, which is basically China and Russia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so,
Very true. Very true.
so I would say that the chessboard has nicely, see, for a long time, Shriji, when people are talking about World War, and all those things, I've been saying that, guys, abhi to chessboard ban raha hai. And by May of 2027, we will know exactly where Raja kahan hai, Wazir kahan pe, and the whole chessboard will be there. Where we are reaching now is basically everybody is basically doing a wait and watch, but at the same time, secret negotiations हो रहा है कि भाई रिजल्ट ऐसे आया तो बॉस तेरे 5 MP मेरे को दे देना, आई डू द शपथ ग्रहण, अगर तुमको इतने आएंगे तो तुम शपथ ग्रहण कर देना, मेरा है. So tacit understanding is going on, but no escalations are there as of now, or nothing in the contract is being written as of now and sealed and signed, because probably both parties are waiting कि भाई इसको बंद करना है कि बॉस इसको escalation पे लेके जाना है. And again, one thing I want to also take the opportunity to say is I've got a lot of friends, Indian friends in Saudi. Okay, a lot of my Pakistani friends in Dubai as well, UAE as well, and today I got messages from both sides, where Indian friends are saying, "Ke boss, shall we, shift base?" Pakistani friends saying, "Ke boss, हमारा तो हो चुका क्या?" And I always tell them that, guys, this is a fight between two brothers, and nothing is going to happen. Don't worry. And we have a 35% to 38% population of Indians in UAE, and there is a huge population even in Saudi. Similarly, there is a huge population of Pakistanis in both countries, and and don't worry at all. The way I look at it, things will be sorted out, but there will be enough defense mechanisms to sort of take care of themselves as well.
Thank you so much. And let's go on to the next one. We looked at Iran's top view also. There is one other thing that's left in today's talk. That is the future of NATO and Canada. Mark Carney's speech was very different from what they expected. I think Ratte also, one other guy also has made a speech which was contrarian. I mean, they are like, suddenly Davos is going anti-woke, which is like a
Correct.
surprise. You guys created this thing, and now you're saying that it doesn't matter. So your thoughts on that part, NATO and Canada, future of those two. How does it
In
look?
fact, yeah, Trump has also spoken. I couldn't look at his speech, but
Mm.
I saw a few tweets from Abhijit Iyer Mitra and all, where they are saying that this has been his best speech, and so I'll look at that. So I look forward after maybe this. I'll look at that.
Yeah.
But I was just joking to one defense analyst, just before talking to you, and I jokingly told him, "Ke boss, Trump ko वो Nobel Prize मिले ना मिले, he will definitely get the highest civilian award from both China and Russia for basically breaking NATO." Okay, so NATO, it seems, is on its way to irrelevance. Okay,
Yeah.
and and the optics are both from say from both the sides, where the head of NATO, that lady, I forgot her name, has also yesterday said that she is about to sign a deal with India, which is going to be the mother of all trade deal, etc.
Ursula von der Leyen.
Ursula von der Leyen. And Trump has sort of made it clear that he doesn't care, and he's going to go with Greenland. That's for sure.
Yeah, she's the EU chief, not NATO chief. NATO chief is Mark Rutte. Yeah.
Correct, correct, correct. I stand corrected. So the cracks are very clear. Trump calling out Macron the way he is. Okay, boss, ये अभी जाएगा तभी जाएगा. He is there for just few months and he will go out. And so at times you really feel कि यार, Trump has really raised the bar or lowered the bar to a level where the next president, that there is nobody who would probably be able to surpass it, the way you look at it. Whether he has raised the bar in terms of arrogance or lowered the bar in terms of humiliating people, right? Again, so wo hai, but I feel NATO will be irrelevant. But the thing that we need to understand is he will make the NATO irrelevant. His next eye is going to be on BRICS. One thing I had talked about this before, that Trump understands money. Trump understands leverage. Trump understands how much can I push. And he will push a little more than that to basically make that as a new ground till which that person can be pushed. And in the next deal, he is going to push him a little further. So the countries which can sort of resist him or sort of stop that horse are the countries who are going to survive. But may I say that BRICS is something that he is going to go for, you know, after maybe 2-3 months are gone, especially after Jupiter would be in Karka, which would be roughly around June. Suppose that the whole focus is going to be in terms of how can I manage uh, BRICS, how can I manage Lula, how can I sort of ensure that there is no BRICS currency coming, why are the countries buying so much of gold, how can I stop de-dollarization. I think he's the next focus is going to be on that. Greenland, he will make it. Greenland, he will make it happen. I'm not sure on Canada part of it, but for Canada, I can say one thing, that if Canada for any reason can take this to next year, 18th of Jan next year, 2027, they would be safe. Uh, Before that, he's actually going to be in a purple patch.
Next question, please. We're taking some questions now, Kartik ji.
Sure.
Trump and RaGa are both Jyestha. What influence does it have that shows up in their character and thinking?
Uh, More than Jyestha, I would say, you focus on the Aruda Lagna. Aruda Lagna is basically, see, when you're talking about leaders, na, forget about Lagna and all. I talked about Simha Lagna because Lagna typically creates your Aruda. Trump is playing his Aruda. Aruda in the fourth house is always an unstable Aruda. Always remember that basic Jyotish rule. Aruda in the 4-10 axis is always an unstable Aruda with a debilitated moon. Extremely, see, moon is somebody who is very image conscious, and debilitated moon means the guy can be very very cranky about what the world says about you, what people talk about you. And that's why he even picked the Justin Trudeau, if you remember, because Justin Trudeau was talking to I think the Chinese guy about Trump, and he overheard, and then that वो उसको अब तक गुस्सा है. Same thing about Barack Obama also. So these are all people who are extremely, especially with debilitated moon. With an exalted moon, he would have been very different. And to top it, Ketu. Ketu is, he doesn't take even seconds to spur it out. So if he feels you are an idiot, he will not think about it, process it, and maybe tell you that you are an idiot tomorrow. He almost tells it before he starts thinking. So Trump is pure about his Aruda. As far as RaGa is concerned, RaGa doesn't have a political chart. He's too soft. And I've told that to the team who had come to me, okay, boss, such a nice guy otherwise. He's play acting when he's trying to be the bad guy, or he's going after Modi ji. Poor guy actually is a very cultured and a soft guy. But it is like him in a halwai store. अभी हल्दीराम का ओनर मर गया, उसका बेटा बचा है. Even if he doesn't want to be an halwai, the family will say, "Okay, boss, if you don't sit in the counter, your staff will steal away everything, and we'll lose the Raj Yoga." So he is that guy who is sitting in the counter of Agarwal Sweets.
Next one, please. Vaibhav wants to know what will be the future global order, which countries will be at number one and other top spots.
Oh, interesting, So that is what I said, that, May 2027 will tell us where we are moving towards. And as Indians, I would say that, I know at this point of time people don't like Trump, but don't in your prayers include that, America should come down. That is the worst for India, because that gives a direct advantage to China.
Right,
And, I'm giving you a sort of a not very comfortable truth. Look out for Russia also in the next few
right.
years. Okay, so the world order is that we don't want America to fall, and that should be our focus. And we are going to regret a lot. We don't want a strong China. China will never accept us even as a number two. Take my
Right.
word. I have said this very openly. People have criticized me, and then now they come back and say that, "Oh, Kartik ji, that was so right. How was it based? Based on Jyotish." They have got Chandra in Lagna, Venus in the 10th house. India is Taurus Lagna, which has Lord, Moon, and Venus. So it is at least having a Shatru Bodh and Mitra Bodh. It clearly knows it is that Moon and Venus, which is India's Lagna. So India is technically or potentially a country which has all the abilities to overtake China. It is just the mindset that is stopping us. The day we stop being good guys and stop being, we become that Fufaji, who is going to be little erratic. But because of that little bit of anger, he gets the morning chai and morning newspaper first. India will be respected.
Be like Trump. Next one.
Exactly. Exactly. Unapologetic. सिल्वर के बारे में कुछ बता एब्सोल्युटली
सिल्वर के
सर
बारे में कुछ बताएं सर. या.
आप अगर मेरे को फॉलो कर रहे हो एक्स पे ऑन October 2025 I had mentioned that guys a tip for 2026 buy as much gold and silver as you can. It is a big buy. Real estate will go down probably in 2026, maybe not in Dubai, because Dubai is like the Luxembourg. I always
Yeah.
jokingly say that it's this the Switzerland of the world. कि युद्ध कहीं भी चल रहा है, people pack their bags and with their multi-million dollars they come to Dubai. So
Correct. Correct.
Dubai properties will still go up, but net the properties worldwide will go down. Uh, Gold and silver are the places to invest.
Next one, please. What are the chances of a civil war and partition of India?
See, I was keeping my mouth zipped for a long time. Previously, I used to use the word, Bharat does not have too much time. Nowadays I've started using the line that Bharat has only 12 years. So I tell people that, see, we are only delaying a civil war. We are doing precious little to stop it. and
Right.
and I speak to a lot of IPS officers, people from the bureaucracy and all. Many of them retired also, and they all say, Kartik ji, you are saying a very very kadwa truth. It is a bitter truth. We are only delaying a civil war. We are only trying to balance out things by giving different yojanas, giving this, giving that, but we are not addressing the elephant that India has a radicalism problem. India has an infiltration problem, and we are trying to keep economy above internal security, and that is my biggest problem. This trader mindset, or what, if people have seen this Durandar film, where we are constantly called Banya Hindu, Banya Hindu, Banya Hindu, or Hindu Banya. We are like that. We are thinking of money first above internal security. Boss, you become 4 trillion, 5 trillion, 10 trillion, but your streets and your infrastructure will still suck. Why? Because of the amount of liability you have in India. So we need a beast king who is going to take that head on, not too much interested in what people will think about him or what the history books will write about him. And we need some mad guy. As I say, we need a wartime prime minister who will have that 1 or 2 terms, and he is going to bell the cat. Be it the Babus, be it the Supreme Court, be it one nation, one election, be it UCC, be it, getting rid of the Bangladeshis and infiltrators and managing that Sikh mindset or a radical mindset which India has. And we have to accept that fact because the Taurus Lagna has got Rahu, which is in the sign of Venus, Friday. So that is as open as I could be, 12 years.
Next one, please. K-Sid wants to know, Kartik ji, with the simultaneous escalation of US-NATO tensions over Greenland and India signing an historic defense pact with the UAE, are we witnessing the beginning of a permanent split in the old world order? Astrologically, does the Iran top view suggest there will be the wild card that triggers a wider conflict this year, or does India's new strategic positioning indicate a stabilizing role?
Okay, well, can you fix the slide before? What was the before start of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
question?
you got it.
See, first and foremost, we yet haven't signed the historic pact. Okay, we have signed a lot of defense and we have signed a lot of energy things. So we are going to buy a lot of energy. There are airports which are going to build. So a lot of infrastructure things have been signed. But when it comes to the defense pact, there is still a lot of things, to what level. But there are some keywords which have been written, which basically gives a signal to people around. Okay, boss, this has got an ability to be a 4-page paragraph or a 4-page treaty or a 400-page treaty, which might cover a lot. Okay, so for that part I'll wait. But new world order to change ho hi raha hai na. See, people might not like me, but I had said this before that if for example, and this I had said when that Biden and Trump were fighting, and in fact I've said that in P Gurus also during that time, that God forbid if Joe Biden wins, you know, America is gone, and all those Joe Biden supporters might not have liked it. Why did I say? Because me staying here, I knew that China ka infiltration kitna ho chuka tha. You know, it needed a Trump to sort of bring that order, or basically China ko literally hakala hai usne from every country by hook or crook. कि बॉस मानेगा नहीं तो भाई मिसाइल कैन कम एनी टाइम. So Trump has brought that world order in the Middle East or West Asia, as I call, to a large extent. Now, when Trump is not there, hopefully he will complete the third year. But when he is not there, you are looking at a world order which might change all the optics. So when I said that let's wait till May 2027, I meant to say that Trump will be in his third year. Okay, and we would have got those 5 months to say कि boss ये टिकेगा कि नहीं टिकेगा, and then we will have the chessboard in place. So a lot of times always understand what I'm saying even between the lines, because sometimes for obvious reasons I cannot spill out things as it is. So उस time पे पता चल जाएगा कि how strong America would be. And people who are getting angry at Trump at this point of time would understand when Trump is not there, and when China sort of becomes the giant robot, they will
Works
understand
all over.
Trump होना बहुत जरूरी था boss. कई बार you need that mad man. Sometimes when Bal Thackeray used to say, right, unapologetically, I am a Hindu and I am a mad Hindu. You can judge me, but I don't care. तो उसका डर था ना. And people like me who have been in Mumbai during those riots and all, we have seen, okay, boss, how that threat perception actually stopped a lot of war,
Yeah.
or a lot of killing, so to say. ये fact है. तो भाई bin hoye na preet is what is a fact. But the world order is changing and it will change. And India also in that whole process has to think little out of the box. Now let me be very, very open. For a long time, we have seen India basically do nothing. Okay. Basically सबको ज्ञान देंगे हम, but sometimes the boot on the ground, sometimes taking an army position, now this peace board which Trump has set up, obviously I don't know the internal details and all, but a lot of people would say, with a traditional mindset, ke boss, we should not accept it, it's not our circus,
I
not
think
our.
India has already joined it.
It is joined it. Good. A guy like me would say,
Yeah.
boss, join it. Why always be a safe player? A lot of people who might talk who are non-Indians, they sometimes get, वो बोलेगा यार, India is always that balancing. कि नेटो हम तेरे साथ भी है, रशिया हम तेरे साथ भी है, हम इधर से ऑयल भी लेंगे, बॉस ये भी करेंगे, वो करेंगे. So sometimes it works over a period of time. As a big country, sometimes you need to sort of put your foot down. That boss, he is my friend. I'm going to stand by it, or you are my enemy, and I'm going to fight you out. Like Turkey. Why should we suck up to Turkey in any way?
Very true.
Take him head on, boss. मतलब तुम SEO में, why would, means we Modi ji did not shake hands with Shahbaz Sharif. What was our compulsion to shake hands with Erdogan?
Erdogan.
People would not like me saying, I know people will troll me, but somebody has to say this. Boss, you will troll Amir Khan for shaking hands with Erdogan's wife. But 1 month after Operation Sindoor, when we know that Pakistan has used Turkish drones, people say that probably there were Turkish army people who are there on the
Yeah.
field helping them. And after that, we cannot even show, at least at an optic level, that dude, you are my enemy and I'm going to take you head on. Then that is the soft thing. That is the good boy image which I'm little angry about. Why do you need to be statesman? मतलब क्यों ये कीड़ा है आपको कि सब जगह से आपको मेडल पहनना है जब उस मेडल की जीरो वैल्यू है. In the famous
Katie
line,
Marshall got the same. Katie Marshall got the same medal from KSA.
exactly. So वो भी पहन के बैठा है. Like I use this famous line from a film called Diwar, where Shashi Kapoor takes lot of pride of him being very ईमानदार. And Amitabh Bachchan in one dialogue says कि ये तुम्हारी सारी ईमानदारी को गूंद के एक वक्त की रोटी नहीं बना सकते. So what are you? So the whole world has gone to a different level. Why do we need to be a statesman? Why do we need to be a Budka Desh? So I'm very worried. Guys, and whatever I say now, probably you'll see it after 6 months, 1 year time. But I, as a Jyotishi, looking at the chart in front of me, meditating on them, looking at the nimittas around, boss, you change your act, you get your foots on the ground, get some land, occupy some land, change the Murata of Bharata, because from then on you can say that, from now on India will be a different state, we change the name, officially change our Murata. There are many things that Raj Jyotishi can actually help. This is how in olden days we used to do, na?
Yeah.
Times when the flags of the countries were changed. There were times when the mudras were changed. There were times when the seat of the kings were changed. For example, Chhatrapati Shivaji used to use his throne with rubies, but the Mughals used to use emeralds. Queen Elizabeth used diamonds. That was based on certain Jyotisha things, not because Queen Elizabeth liked diamonds. So this is high level of Jyotish that I'm talking about. There are things, there is a remedy to this breaking this good boy image. But as I say, wo Raja hai, hum rank. I can only
Right.
keep speaking. He is the king, he decides.
Thank you so much, Kartik ji. And that brings us to a close of today's program. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And Kartik ji will be back, time permitting and travel permitting, 2 weeks from now. Namaskar.
Thank you so much. Namah Shivaya. Namaste.